So Inventor is the new class in the game that is going to be coming very soon. And within the Inventor class, there is 2 subclasses, so the Emperica and also the Rasphoria. Now this is not a guide on these classes, I just got my hands on them, but this class are actually really well made and super insane. But they are also not that hard to understand, so this is more of a showcase of how they're gonna work so that you can decide whether it's something you wanna pick up once they launch. So let's start with the main mechanic of the Emperica and let's look at her identity gauge down here. So you'll see this, you have like 100 number here. So she works with a mechanic called parts, where you need to use parts to build some of these turrets and drones. Right, so the number is the amount of parts you have. Every time you construct something, you're going to be subtracting from that number, and then that's the idea behind this bar over here. It's nothing complicated at all. Let's go to the next major part, and that is her summons. Now she has multiple turrets that you can summon and also drones. So her bread and butter skill are going to be the turrets. You do have the turrets on number 1 here. You have 3 different types of turrets. You do have your missile launcher over here, and then you do have a big one, and then you do have your rifles. So there's 3 types of turrets. Now they are launching 2 of them because I have a passive activated on the skill tree, but I don't want to go super in depth in that. But yeah, this is the amount of turrets you can spawn. They do last for 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, they're gonna despawn, so keep that in mind. Now at the start, you can only craft 1 by 1, so you have to press 1, then press 1, and then press 1. Then you're gonna notice the icon changes here to a hammer. Now what this hammer does is the next time you're gonna be crafting any of these turrets, it's gonna craft all of them by 1 button press. So if I press the hammer, boom. So it is a way of like quickly crafting all of your turrets at the same time in case the boss moves and things like that. But you know what, there's ways around that we're gonna be talking about pretty soon. Now the next major thing here, which I do believe is her bread and butter skill, is this skill called coordinated attack. So this skill orders all of the turrets to attack a particular area with like a bombardment. So it's like, let's say the boss is here, you do bomb, it's gonna force all of the turrets to attack that area. So it's gonna look something like this. So your turrets are here and stuff, so you do a coordinated attack, so boom, then they're gonna do a bombardment like that for massive amount of damage. And then the coordinated attack is actually not a high cooldown skill, so it's a bread and butter skill you're gonna be using a lot, and it gets even crazier. It gets even crazier. So those are the 2 skills. This is also just one of the drones you can summon. It's on my number 2. You can summon another drone here to fight. All of these are autonomous. You don't have to do anything for that. And then let's go to another major skill I think I should talk about is the drones. So you do have drones. So these ones, then they'll just stay with you for the remainder basically of the... Every time you do the skill, the drones will spawn. So it's 100 uptime on this drone. So you can have turrets, you can have robots, and you can have drones all doing autonomous damage on the boss. You don't have to do anything. You're just like walking around, messing around. Yep. So it is an AFK class. Okay, and then the next skill that is worth talking about is her flying skill. But before that, let's talk about, there's a quick slot machine here. So this one just gives you like passive parts. So you can like get some parts if you are low on parts. Personally, not really, but it does good damage with the bombs that it does. Also autonomous, so you can always just cast that off cooldown as well. And then the next one is her flying skill. So her flying skill is this, boom, then you can fly. Very simple. All of your skills can be casted with that. You don't have to do anything. You will never land. And once it's off cooldown, just recast it and you're back to flight. So 100% flight uptime on the class. So yeah, that is that. pretty easy. And your things, drones and stuff, they're all gonna be doing damage just as you're walking around. And then you do have like your ultimates. Just yeah, the ultimates are a little bit underwhelming, but you know what, that's about it. I'm not gonna talk so much about the ultimates. The ultimates are just meh. They're okay, do good damage, but they're just eh. Now without being said, let me start talking about inscriptions, because inscriptions are what have changed so many classes in this game, and inscriptions make this class insane. Now with superior technique, the class starts actually shaping up and it becomes a little bit more insane. So the first thing that's going to be changing is how you cast in your turrets. So normally you just have to press the one skill 3 times, But once you get superior technique, you just need to press it once and it's gonna craft all of the turrets at the same time. And then the second thing that is gonna be changing is your coordinated attack. Now, your coordinated attack can be casted without enough parts. You usually need around 80 parts or so to cast. However, now you can cast it without parts, and it's gonna be constructing a whole new set of turrets. So, coordinated attack, boom, and we're gonna be getting another set of turrets, and everything is gonna be going crazy. I'm gonna recast this one here. Then let's do another coordinated attack. That's gonna cast new set of turrets for even more damage. Then the next major inscription you're going to be going for is your extraordinary technique. So let me quickly equip that it goes here. So with extraordinary technique at level 6, of course, not really anything higher than that. At 4 it's okay. At 4 it's pretty good, but you're not be going at level 6. So let me quickly explain what the level 6 one will be doing. So I showed you how you get like 3 drones in the air, but now with the extraordinary technique active, once you have these drones will be doing even more damage, and they're gonna be casting even new skills. So some rain of fire, some laser, and they're doing massive amount of damage. A new thing that is gonna happen once you have extraordinary technique is every time you do coordinated fire, the drones are also gonna do coordinated attacks, right? So that is another thing that those 2 inscriptions are super important and like a must-have for this class for it to function correctly. Now that is all about the class. It's not super complicated. It's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. I'm sure the people are gonna be coming out with some crazy rotations. So this is how I've just set up my skills to try it out, and then you have your bread and butter here, which are your missiles. All your turrets will be on this skill. Then you just have a drone here. Then you have your parts will be regeneration with this slot machine. And then your flying skill will be here. So these are like filler skills, right? And then you do have your other drones here. And then you have your major coordinated attack, which actually needs to be here. It's a primary skill, right? So a coordinated attack it's your bread and butter skill. You're gonna be this is the button you're gonna be pressing a lot to make sure everything is attacking your target that you want to attack. And then you do have like your finishers here. Personally, the finishers are a little bit you use them mainly to get the parts, I guess. They don't have any super mechanic onto them that I know of. For example rotation, I just want you to see the amount of mayhem they're gonna have in the battlefield once you're playing this class. The amount of mayhem is insane. So we're gonna craft the turrets, we're gonna craft the drones, then we're gonna start coordinating attacking that, and then see how crazy it can get. So your limiting factor here is gonna be parts. If you don't have parts, you're not gonna be able to get maybe your drones or your turret, right? So if you have everything in the battlefield, let's say you have your turrets there, so that is one. You can get your slot machine, that's gonna be giving you some parts here and there, and then you can get your drones. Now you have 3 drones, right? With 3 drones, then you can do coordinated attack here. Then you have even more turrets. Then you can even fly. And then look at the carnage. Look at the carnage. Get the other big drone out. The amount of damage is insane. Coordinated attack is off cooldown, so another coordinated attack. Look at that shit. It is crazy, and the amount of damage is insane. Get out another one, get more drones out, craft new turrets, coordinated attack for extra turrets. Look at that shit. It's insane. It's insane. Another slot machine, just in case we'll need parts. You can do the skills where you can fly in there, get new turrets in the ground, coordinated attack. It's crazy. At some point you don't have to worry about parts anymore, because everything is, you're always at 100 parts. So because everything is on cooldown now, you'll always be at 100 parts. So new drones, new turrets, coordinated attack. Look at that. It is the amount of mayhem. The amount of mayhem is insane, and look at the damage at the top of that. It's kind of insane. So yeah, that is the gameplay of the Emperica. Pretty easy class to play once you get the flow of it. Your opener is something you have to pay attention to, because you're gonna need parts, but you can use your finisher to get a lot of parts. It gives you like 60 parts, and the other one gives you like 100 parts. So pretty easy class to work with. Super easy. Does a lot of damage. So that's just a quick showcase on the Emperica class. I hope you guys will like and enjoy the class once it is live. And I guess I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm gonna leave some gameplay footage running in the background after this. And then for the next video, I'm gonna be covering the Rasphoria, so keep an eye out for that one. So I guess I'll see you guys on the next one. Like and subscribe, and peace.
An outsider should be involved in. Getting to die here is a huge honor for your people. The final divine descendant has been summoned. The prestigious Lord's resurrection is certain. The ignorant will...
Some of the tentacles are leeching energy. Adventurer, try to break them. He's completely merged with the Kraken's core. Adventurer! Shut up!
Hawk of the Iron Hooks is dead. It's time for all of you to follow suit.